Hello busy bees, I hope you're all keeping well, some of you at home, some of you in the nursery, but as I say, I hope you're all keeping well and are ready for today's story, which this week is The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time there were three little pigs who lived with their mummy pig and their daddy pig in quite a small house. And the three little pigs were becoming bigger little pigs, so not quite so little pigs. And the mummy and the daddy decided that it might be a good idea for them to take some of their things and go out into the wood and fend for themselves, see how they got on, not living at home anymore. So the three little pigs each got a bag and decided what they were going to need when they left home. What do you think they would have taken with them? Some clothes, a bit of food to be going on with, some money if they had any money, toothpaste, toothbrush, some games maybe. Anyway, they each took their bag and they said bye-bye to mum and dad, and off they went into the wood. They hadn't been gone for very long when they met a man with a horse and cart, and on the cart there were a lot of bales of straw. They looked like big bricks basically, and one of the little pigs thought, straw bales, that would be good for building a house. So he said to the man, excuse me, would you be able to sell for a good price, he was a canny little pig, some of your straw? I want to build a house with it. And the man said, oh no, go on, you can have it, I've finished with this straw. There you are. So he gave the pig and the other two little pigs a hand taking the straw off the wagon, and off he went with his horse and his now empty cart. And the three little pigs set about building a house, a square house with the straw bales. They left room for putting windows in, and they made a nice roof for it, and it didn't take them too long before one little pig had a house, his new home. And he said bye-bye to his two siblings, who went off and said, we'll come and see you tomorrow. Not much further on through the wood, another person came along with another horse and another cart, and on this cart there were a lot of sticks, a lot of wood. And the second little pig thought, oh, here, I can build my house out of wood. And he said to the person with the cart, excuse me, you wouldn't be able to give me or sell me for a really good price some of that wood? I'd like to build a house out of it. And the man said, oh yeah, no, you can have it, actually, I've finished with it. So he gave them a hand to unload the wood onto the ground, and off he went with his horse and now empty cart. And the two little pigs did much the same as they'd done with the straw before, and they built a rectangle with the wood, and they left room for the windows and a nice pitched roof. And before too long, the second little pig had somewhere that he could call his own home. And he waved bye-bye to his brother, who went off on his own into the wood. It was beginning to get dark, and this third little pig was getting a little bit worried that he didn't have anywhere to call his own home, when luckily, it was a very busy wood, somebody else came along with a horse pulling a cart which had bricks on it, lots of bricks. And the pig thought that would be absolutely ideal. It would be so strong and secure. And excuse me, he said, would you be able to give or sell for a very good price some of those bricks? I'd like to build a house right here. And the woman who had the horse and the bricks on the cart said, oh sure, you can have them. No, here, I'll give you a hand. So the woman and the little pig unloaded the wagon, and she said bye-bye to the little pig, and off she went. So having seen the sort of shape and form of the other two houses, the third little pig had a good idea what to do, and it didn't take him long before he had built himself a splendid house of bricks. And in he went, before he closed the door, which he'd managed to get from a tree, he looked out and said, "Night, night, sleep tight, little piggies, we'll get together tomorrow." And he closed his door and went into his new house. None of the little pigs knew that they had actually been being watched during all this. Somebody who wanted to welcome them into this part of the wood. It was a wolf. I wonder if we've met this wolf before. I don't know, but this wolf had a liking for little pigs. And he sauntered up to the first little pig's house built of straw. Straw, a lot of good that was going to do, he thought to himself. And clearing his throat, he knocked on the door. "Little pig, can I come in?" he said. The little pig inside was about to open the door, and then he thought, I don't like the sound of that. And he managed to peep through the window, and he saw the wolf, not a very welcoming figure at all. And the little pig said, "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." And the wolf said, What did the wolf say? He said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." 1, 2. And that's just what he did. And the straw house tumbled down upon the little pig inside, all the straw falling on his head, and he managed to shake it off and run before the wolf realised what was happening. I don't think he knew the strength of his puff. The little pig ran and ran and ran and ran, and he came to the wooden house, the stick house of his sister, and he went, "Sister, let me in. There's a big wolf and he's blowing my house down. Please can I come in?" "Oh," she said. Yes, she opened the door. In went the little pig, and she closed the door just in time, because not far behind the little pig was a big bad wolf, who was feeling badder, if not bigger, after that incident. "I was rather looking forward to having that little pig for my supper," he said, "but now I've got a starter and a main course all in the one place." Perfect. I'll just welcome the sister and the first course. So, little pigs, can I come in?" he said. And inside the house of sticks, the two pigs said, 1, 2, 3, "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins," they said. "Well, you know what I'm going to do then? I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house in." And that's just what the wolf did. He huffed and he puffed, and he blew the house of sticks in. And all the sticks clattered down on top of the two little pigs, who managed to shake themselves out of it and run, the two of them. "Quick, run," said the little sister. I'm coming, said the little brother, all the way to the house of bricks. "Oh, let us in, brother, please. A big bad wolf has just blown down both of our houses." "Oh," said the brother. He opened the door and they came in, and he slammed the door just in time, because huffing and puffing still, behind them came the wolf, who was actually now pretty angry. He hadn't had his starter, he hadn't had his main course, and oh, hang on a minute though, he thought. 1, 2, 3 little pigs. Oh, I can have a whole dinner all in the one place. I think I'll dispense with the niceties and just say, little pigs, let me come in." And the little pigs together said, "No, not by the hair on our chinny chin chins." "Well," said the wolf, "you know what I'm going to do then? I'm going to huff, I'm going to puff, and I'm going to blow your house in." And that's what he did. He huffed and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, but he did not blow the house in because it was made of bricks and it refused to budge. And the three little pigs inside were very happy, and the big bad wolf outside was very unhappy. I'll think of something, he said, and off he went to stand behind some trees and ponder, think what he was going to do. Well, it wasn't what they'd planned, but the three little pigs were now all together in this snug, secure, safe house of bricks. So they decided they would have something to eat. So they lit a fire in the middle, and there was a chimney up above, and they started to get their soup prepared, which is what they were going to have. And as they were doing this, they heard something outside. And it was a kind of scrabbling up the wall. Oh, it must be our imagination, they said. And then as they sat round the fire, they looked up because they could hear a scraping and a scratching across the roof. Oh, do you know what I think? Said the middle little pig, the little sister. I think it's a wolf. I think the wolf is coming across the ceiling, and he's going to come down through the chimney. What will we do? Don't worry, said the owner of the house of bricks. And he went and he got a big pot with water in it, which he put over the fire, and it soon began to bubble and boil and become very, very, very hot water. And they looked up and they saw the white tip of a tail coming down through the chimney. And then they saw one foot, another foot, and then a grey blur of wolf as he slipped down through the chimney and into the boiling pot of water. "Ow!" said the wolf. "Ow!" said the wolf again, and he jumped out of the pot of water and he ran towards the door, which one of the little pigs had got to before, opened it, and the wolf ran out into the wood going, "Ow!" which is perhaps why wolves howl. I don't know, but they could hear him going into the distance, howling, howling, howling. The three little pigs never saw the wolf again. I think he went to a different part of the wood, and he probably didn't go climbing on roofs and climbing down chimneys anymore. And the three little pigs sat round the fire, having their soup. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la, they sang. They put their soup down and they started to dance round. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. The next day, the mummy and daddy pig came to visit the three little pigs who were all in the one house, and they said, well, why don't you either make this house bigger or build two other houses of bricks in the same area? And they said, brilliant, that's just what we'll do. And that is just what they did. And the three little pigs, together, separately, lived happily ever after. And that's our story for today, the three little pigs. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some times where you could join in. And keep well, keep happy, and I'll see you again soon. Let's have a very quick scissor clap. And a butterfly flap. And a clap. Oh, you'd think after all this time I'd have got a bit better at that. Bye-bye, busy bees.